ready for this. Solo MG1 coming up. Hello, hello. Hello, Armando. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, perfect. How's it going today?
Pretty well. Just getting ready to finish my finals and ending strong.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Do you think it's possible if you could turn your camera on, man, just so we can, speak to each other one on one?
Yeah. Let me just put it here. I don't know if you can barely see me.
There you go, my man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not in the dorm, huh?
No, I'm not in my dorm. I'm at my house. I'm back in the Bay.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're from the Bay?
Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area.
What part are you from?
San Jose.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm pretty close to San Jose, actually. Um, where am I? I'm from Novato. It's like Marin County.
Nevada?
Yeah.
I think I haven't heard of it, if I'm being honest.
No, you're good, you're good. So it's like 20 minutes above San Francisco. So like you pass the Golden Gate, you pass Sausalito, and it's like right there.
Oh, I mean, it's not that far.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's not. It's like an hour away, and actually, like my HQ is based in San Jose, so like like all my other business partners are actually over there. But yeah, man. I mean, before we get into it, I kind of just wanted to like kind of get to know you.
Yeah.
Kind of just like wanted to just like see who you were. Wanted to make sure I'm a real person.
Yeah.
My name's Christopher. I'm currently majoring in management, business economics, and I'm currently building a long-term asset on the side. Building my business. As a second year, and yeah, I mean that's just like a little bit about me. But I kind of just wanted to let you know that we're not going to talk a lot about business today. I kind of just wanted to get to know you, see if our values align, see if our goals align, and see if we kind of have like the
Yeah.
same mindset. And yeah, man, I mean, you can kind of like just briefly introduce yourself.
Yeah. I mean, my name is Armando Lopez. I mean, I'm also a business major as well in economics.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so that kind of gives a
There you
lot.
go.
And I mean, for now, I'm just right now working in retail. I'm
Okay.
also getting up in studies and study work at the same time.
There you
You know,
go.
like
There you go.
trying to build up something in the near future, specifically like getting into software as a service
Oh,
in a way.
what was that? Software
Yeah,
and what?
as a service.
Okay,
It's
so
called SaaS. Yeah,
okay, for sure.
but that's until later on. But I mean, that's also part of like something I would want to do, like get into tech.
Okay, get into tech. Okay, so I
Hmm.
kind of wanted to ask you, like you said you kind of want to get into tech, but I mean you just told me you're a business major. So like, are you
Yeah,
a management business economics as well?
yeah.
Okay, kind of ask like why you chose that major.
I chose that major mainly because I want to learn more about economics. I hear a lot of people saying like, "Oh, it's just basic stuff," but in general, there's more to economics and also like business classes that there is. Like learning accounting and just it's more than just saying, "Oh, just learn economics real quick." But in reality, it's more like learning with other people, like teamworking and also like
Correct.
researching. Yeah.
Oh, correct. Yeah, and I completely agree with you, man.
Mhm.
Are you your first, second, third year? What year are you?
Second year.
Second year. Okay, yeah. So just like me, I mean, my first year I took statistics. There's statistics in it, accounting, like you said, and it's not just like business. There's economics,
Yeah.
management, business economics. Like you kind of learn how to manage, business, manage the economy, and it's really cool because I mean, there's a lot of roles that go into it, and I like how you said teamwork. Like that's a really big one. And almost all my projects, I've had to work in a team, to actually,
Yeah.
get them done. But yeah, man. I mean, this meeting is just so like I can get to know you, you can get to know me. It's not like an interview, so like I mean, I might ask you like a few questions and kind of what you think about them, but it's not like an interview, like like it has to be all professional, this and that. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. You said you're currently back home right now, right?
Yeah.
Are you done with the finals and everything already, or?
I'm done with finals by next week.
Okay,
Yeah, I had to take Econ 108. I don't know if you're familiar with that
I'm taking
class.
it right now.
Yeah, so I had to finish that as well. I mean, I did presentations and stuff like that already, but I just had to finish with some like late work assignments.
Okay.
Due to some, yeah, just things happen. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to end strong with that, class specifically.
No, definitely, definitely. No, yeah, me too. Can I ask, what Econ 108 class are you registered in?
I'm with Shauna Bennett.
Yeah, no, me too.
I
But
don't know if you know.
what time is it? The 7:30?
7:30. Yeah.
We're in the same class.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. What the heck? Wait, where do you usually sit?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I haven't gone as much to class. I mean,
Okay.
this past last 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
but I usually stand by the left corner,
Left corner.
like in the
Okay.
back.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I always go to the front and I just sit there. But I'm gonna be honest too. I haven't really been going because it's 7:30. So like I
Yeah.
have some trouble waking up sometimes for it. Today was actually the last class I didn't even go. But yeah, I know we have the same final. So the final
Yeah.
our team actually waved out of it because we won the backpack simulation. But now I have the
Yeah.
7-page essay that's like due pretty soon, and that's not gonna be fun because if I'm being honest, I haven't finished it.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
No, yeah,
If
and
I'm being honest.
I just started it today, so
I mean, I have one due on Sunday, but for writing.
hmm.
But it's not really as heavy. It's just mainly like reflection
Okay.
about like the work that I did for that final. But it's not really as complicated. But I mean, a 7-page essay should be a little bit more on the like harder side. Trying to stick to it.
No, yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I mean, that's dope, man. I mean, we're both taking the same class. We're both the same major. I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, like, I know I reached out to you, like, with the business opportunity. What kind of, like, interested you in that? Like, have you, like, wanted to start your own business before? Or, like, has someone in your family owned a business before?
I've been planning on doing a business like around school specifically.
Mm.
Mainly like auto detailing because I don't really see a lot of auto detailers like in Merced specifically for students who don't really make as much. It'd always be nice to like kind of give that like percentage like a percent of discount for when detailing. But I haven't just had the time at the moment, so probably by next year hopefully. But we'll see what there is as well because a lot of Merced you can grow with your businesses if you want to if you have a clear plan.
Oh yeah, no,
At least.
definitely, definitely, and I appreciate you sharing that with me, Armando. Just like you, I also had that like that how do you say that idea before. Like my first year, I wanted to
Yeah.
do an auto detailing business. My dad used to do that my
Mhm.
senior year in college because he always tried to like find different ways to make money, so like small little businesses like that. And my friend,
Yeah.
one of my friends from back home has one like that, and I kind of asked him, like, what do I need? What was like all the materials I need? He kind of gave me a list of everything, and I was like, dang. That's a lot of money. I have to invest into it before I can actually
Yeah.
start doing it. And yeah, I could have started off with like a couple of cheap products here and there, but I wouldn't be able to like work on high end cars like he did. But I was like, okay, what if I try to market to students, but then I kind of realized I'm like, well, if I can't even afford the things to get it, how are the students going to afford for me to detail their car? Because we're kind of broke college
Yeah.
students. Yeah, there is some college students that are working like you, like me. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you need to have that initial investment for it at first. But no, that's great though. I mean, I don't meet a lot of people, it's in college especially, who actually want to do something, want to like start their own business. So it's great that you already have like kind of like the idea that you wanted to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I
No.
could have done that as an idea, ideally for like the class,
Mm-hmm.
like as a opportunity to grow. But I had to work in a group, so it was more of a different mentality, to say the least, with like products and like marketing ourselves.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not really bad as well. But I mean, also auto detailing, like you mentioned, it can be good at the same time, but also like can be either a slow business because sometimes people don't really have the money sometimes.
No, yeah,
So
definitely.
quickly
And
want
you
to
kind
punch
of
students.
you gotta go through the numbers and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. You said you work retail right now. Where are you working at?
I work at a cologne store. It's
Oh,
for
really?
Romania. It's by Milpitas.
Oh, by Milpitas?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you like you don't live on campus then, right? Or you
No,
do?
I don't live on campus. I commute.
Oh, so you come from San Jose to UC Merced.
No, I mean I live in Merced. I have like a separate like room
Oh,
with
okay,
a
okay, okay. Oh, you're just back home right now then.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, dang. I'm like, you make that commute from San Jose to Merced, like, oh, that's a lot of gas, man. I was like, dang.
No, no, that would be a lot. But like I live with some of my roommates.
Okay.
And, I mean in general I could say finding a job over there is good, but it's not the best pay compared to like the Bay Area.
I'm gonna yeah.
Like that's why I stick more over here.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That's really smart. I wish I did that too. I had a really good job over there in the Bay Area. I was working at the bank, and I came to college, and I ended up losing my, my bank job. I tried to get a transfer. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it, and I've just been struggling, to find a job. Recently, I just got a job as a liaison agent, so that's nice. And I'm currently doing that right now. Doing my business. Full-time student. But that's great, man. Like I don't meet a lot of college students who are actually working a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, like also like being a sales associate like gives me the opportunity to like connect with like customers
Oh yeah.
and like like really create connections in general with like engineers or also business majors or alumni. So that also gives me the opportunity to really connect through LinkedIn or in general,
No,
like
yeah,
building
definitely.
bond.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's great. I mean, that like it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And that's something that
Yeah.
that's something that my coach always tells me, and something that like that's a big takeaway. But yeah, man. I know we kind of just been talking like a little bit, a little bit of small talk, but I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself. Um, I know I told you, I'm a second year MBE major. Christopher Gus, that's my name. But if I'm being completely honest with you, I wasn't the same person I was, my first year in college. If I'm being completely honest, my first year, me la pasaba. You're Mexican or Hispanic, Latino?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mexican.
I just assumed.
Yeah.
I saw the little thing on the door. I'm like, okay, I think he's Latino. Like
Yeah, no worries.
the little thing right there. No, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So like me la pasaba just like partying, drinking, smoking, hanging around the wrong association. Not really being like scholastically, like not improving scholastically, and just myself in general. And I'm not sure about you, but I'm a first generation college student. My parents didn't go to college. My mom immigrated when she was 6, my dad when he was 16. So they came over here, to give me, my siblings, a better future. And, the first one to come to college in my family, being the middle child, there's a lot of pressure on me. My mom, was like, oh, she would call me. My dad would call me, oh, how's college going, this and that. Oh, it's good. I'm like barely passing my classes. I got like C's, D's, F's.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like I got to step it up, like ponte las pilas, like I got to lock in. But I just felt bad in the inside because I was, partying, drinking, smoking. I was addicted to marijuana for like the longest time. It's gonna be 2 years pretty soon, but my aunt passed away my senior year in college, and I kind of used that for like as like a coping mechanism, exactly. And me, I would consider myself very extroverted. I can easily talk to people. I can go out. I'm very loud. But after that happened, it really impacted me, my mentality, and I would just always have to be under the influence to feel happy, to put on a fake smile. And I really want to give props to this, this business, not just the business, but this mentorship status that I'm under in. Because essentially, why we're meeting right now is not even to do business. We're meeting right now, so this is like our first step in the selection process. I believe I told you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we have a 7-step selection process to see if you're going to be coachable, to see if you would like to continue this and actually want to be mentored. I have a mentor, I have a coach, I have a few business partners, but this mentorship has positively impacted me. And it's not just coming from me, but I mean, you can ask my mom, my dad, my friends. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I've been sober for like the past 5 months, almost gonna be 6 months now, like 150 something days now. And I really want to give props, to this mentorship system that I'm under, because we have, these rules, like, no drinking, no smoking, no vulgarity, no profanity, and things like that. I've never been around like a positive, uplifting association. Like nobody ever puts you down.
Yeah.
And I really like that because I would always be in environments where, people, they didn't have a dream. They didn't know what they wanted to do. They wanted to work their whole lives. And me personally, I always know I was going to be different. I was always that kid in middle school, high school with like Arizona's hot Cheetos in your backpack, selling stuff, to make a quick buck. And
Yeah.
whatever like the trend was, like fidget spinners, whatever it was, I would try to hop on it so I can resell those things, make money. Why? Because my parents didn't have a lot of money growing up. My parents always worked like 2 jobs, and not spending a lot of time with them. I knew that we weren't super good financially growing up. We were always living with like my tias and like a big household, a lot of heads in just a small apartment or in a house. And not until I was like actually a senior in high school, a junior in high school, I got my own room. So at like 17,
Yeah.
18, I think I got my own room. And Yeah, so I mean, kind of just growing up, not really coming from a lot, has made me very ambitious, and I've always, found ways to, make extra side income, extra, side money, and my business partner, his name is Tona. I'd actually like to introduce you to him maybe later on, if we meet on a second time. But he actually introduced this business opportunity to me, just how I introduced it to you on LinkedIn. And the funny part is, he goes to San Jose State University, and that's why when he said to San Jose that you're located, I was surprised. I'm like, oh wow. But yeah, I mean, I saw his LinkedIn. He's a business owner at 19, and I'm like, wow. Me personally, I like to learn from people who know more than me. So when I saw that he owns his own business, he's 19 years old. He's a full-time college student. He's working 2 full-time jobs. I'm like, okay, how does he do it? So I was like, I want to learn from this guy. He's taught me how to manage my time. He's taught me how to personally develop myself. I hated reading. I actually read books now, and he's kind of just like helped me develop myself, along the way, helped me grow my business, and my coach as well. My business partner Tona, he's been in this business for, a little bit over a year now, and I've been in it for what, I think like 5 months, gonna hit 6 months, and I'm making more money than him. So, I mean, it's not like what you know, it's who you know, just like how you said, like with the connections. But, yeah, I mean, I can go more in depth about kind of like myself, how I kind of changed, how I got here to college. That would maybe take a little bit longer, but I can just touch on like a few key points, kind of what led me here to UC Merced. Pretty much, like I said earlier, my first year I wasn't hanging around the wrong, like the right association, and in high school I wasn't either. I didn't plan to come to college. I actually just wanted to work 2 jobs and kind of just live off of active income my whole life. Why? Because I saw my brother doing that. I saw him working 2 jobs, and he bought himself a nice BMW, and I was like, dang, I want to be like that. But what I didn't realize is that he just drives it to and from work. He doesn't get to enjoy it. He has money.
Which BMW does he have?
What was that? He has a 320i.
320i.
Yeah, but the color on it's really nice. It's like an emerald green.
Oh yeah.
So it.
No, that's nice. Because I want an actual M3 comp in that exact green.
Really? Okay, no, yeah.
But later on.
No, yeah, definitely. And that's good, it's good to have goals like that. And, my brother got that at a really young age. He got it when he was, I think, 20, 21. So, getting like that nice car, he was able to, kind of like have that little luxury, at such a young age. And that's kind of what I wanted. But I always knew I wanted more. I always knew I wanted to own my own business. And kind of, moving on from that, my sophomore year, my freshman year in high school, I was hanging around the wrong crowd, and I ended up getting arrested at 15, 16 years old, I remember. And it wasn't a very good look on me, but my parents also were very disappointed in me. Like they weren't even mad, but they were disappointed. So like I hurt them, and I'm not sure if you've kind of been in anything like a situation like that, but like my mom was heartbroken. She saw me in cuffs, and she actually, slapped me in front of the police officers. And I was like, dang, my mom never really hit me like that in front of anybody. And, I love my parents. I'm not trying to put them down. I love them. I made a stupid mistake. And yeah, I got arrested. I was in the juvenile detention system for a few days. And I ended up getting out. I was on probation. I was on colors. So I had to do weekly P testing, this and that. And it wasn't fun. I was on an ankle monitor for 3 months after that. And, that like responsibility that got added onto me was like, dang, no 15-year-old should be going through this right now. And at the time, I thought it was cool. I thought it was a flex. I was over there flexing to I have an ankle monitor. Look at me. Like, I'm so, like, if I was me right now, I would slap myself back then. Like, what are you doing, bro? But yeah, so like pretty much I would just always hang around the wrong association, trying to fit in with the majority of people. And, my mom made the decision. She's like, we're going to move you school districts. If my mom never did that, I'd probably end up just like all my old friends back in high school. They're now, I've talked to them too. They're doing what is it? Cocaine. They're doing a lot of like LSD, a lot of pills and stuff like that, psychedelics, things like that. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, and they're just working. And I mean, no shame in that. I work right now too. I've worked a 9 to 5. I've worked full time. I'm not putting any jobs down, but that's just not what I want for my whole life. And, going through all of that, I feel like kind of made me mature at a rapid pace, sorry. And yeah, I mean, I had to like start paying like a restitution fee at 15 years old. So I got my first job when I was like 15, working at Baskin Robbins. I've worked like what I think like 6, 7 jobs now, and I'm only 19 years old. So I started working from 15. I'm still working now, and yeah, I feel like I've always kind of just had a lot of responsibility at a young age. And because my mom moved me schools, I was in a program called Avid, and you know, that's kind of where like the professor, the teacher there, kind of like she was like, "Oh, Chris, you should apply to UCs. You should apply to college." She's like, "I see a lot of like like I have a lot of belief in you." And she saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself yet, and I really give it props to her because she really made me actually apply, step up, and apply to UCs. This was the only one that accepted me, offered me the best financial aid. My parents can't really afford any type of college from there, and so I'm like, you know what, going to UC Merced, I'll pay the difference. That's why I'm working. And yeah, that's kind of why I was here, and that's the main reason why I wanted to come, was to make connections, to network, like you said. And that's why I like how you said that that's very important, to they work in retail. I used to work retail as well, and you meet a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I really like how you said that. But I mean, that's enough about me. I can go on and on and on, but I kind of want to hear from you, Armando.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of different now, like the past. I mean, at a young age, I've just been in like video games.
Oh yeah,
But
I played a lot of
obviously, like, there's other
I played a lot of video games too. I played a lot of video games.
video games, but that was like before quarantine. But once like quarantine hit, like I'm like, dang, I'm already growing up. Like I can't just be being like a bum, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't like get into trouble, but I would just be like a lazy, like ambitious student, to say the least.
Okay.
I could get the grades and stuff like that. I just didn't want to put the grade, but I had to switch it up ever since like the senior year.
Yeah.
Like applying to colleges and in general, and see what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, throughout those times, I would just like create random projects like coding.
Yeah.
So like that would also be a good gateway, like
Okay.
to just improve and really find what I really wanted to do. But I ended up going to economics class. It was like a low level because I go to DCPO Primero. I don't know if you've heard about that high school.
What was
But
it?
it's not really like DCPO Primero.
DCP Primero. I haven't heard of it. Maybe my business partner has.
Yeah, it's like not the best school like around SJ.
Okay.
But I had to make the most out of it if I really wanted to be like I had to basically educate myself because there wasn't really good of a like teaching over there. I mean, besides the economics class that I took in my senior year, which made me go more in depth with economics and really understanding it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I've just been trying to do some other stuff like with like software as well. Because I took a CSE class on my first year of college, like at Merced.
Yeah.
That went pretty well. So like I kind of understand like concepts, but also like I don't want to be a work guy. I just want to be an entrepreneur as well.
Okay.
So like, just trying to keep my options open, not just like lead on, on this certain thing.
No, definitely, and that's great. I talk to a lot of people every single day, and not a lot of people are open-minded. Not a lot of people, are open to learning different things. Like, oh, you know what? I'm a mechanical engineer major. I only want engineer opportunities. Oh, I'm CSE. I only want CSE opportunities. So I really like that about you, and I applaud you for that, and thank you for sharing as well. I know we just met, so we're kind of already like getting to know one another. But yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to ask, like I know I mentioned earlier that I have a mentor, I have a coach. I can kind of just shed a little bit more light on him. My mentor's his name is Phil, by the way. He's actually an international student. He came here when he was only 18 years old, and he's working as a dishwasher. And as he moved on, he was like, I don't really want to work. I don't want to be a dishwasher my whole life. He came with broken English, he didn't know anything about the U.S. because he lived in Vietnam his whole life. And, he started his own business. And in doing so, he was able to retire himself by the age of 22. And me personally, I was super impressed. I was like, I've never met anyone who's retired that young.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I think 3-4 years he gets retired in. It's like, what, 18, 19, 21, 22? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. He started at 19, but he got here when he was 18. It's like 3-4 years. And yeah, I mean, I was like, wow. When I heard that, I was super surprised. I mean, do you know anyone who's retired that young?
To be honest, no.
I mean, you probably see it on like TikTok, maybe on stuff like that.
Maybe
right?
on TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, on like TikTok and stuff like that. But personally, like you don't know anybody, right?
I mean, the only one I've known, I don't know if you heard of him, Arif Khan. Like, he got into software as a service. He went to Reset for like a year, but then he dropped out like after his first year. I mean, because he started growing like his own like software as a service business.
Really?
And, like, he made like projects such as Creo.ai and also MusicBy. Like, you know how like using AI, you can just like put like a different rapper as like, you know, singing that given song with lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he basically created. I mean, I would also like hang out with him because he would like code a lot. So like I would also try and learn and improve my skills. I mean, he did give me like more of a like help me open my mind more into like see what there else is around the world. Because besides connections, besides business, like also like you gotta learn that given skill.
Oh yeah.
Like really put in the work and you know make it work over time.
No, definitely. And
I mean, right now he's earning over like 6 figures a month.
Really?
And I mean, it's been going pretty well. He just gets to travel right now around the world, but still, you know, keep doing his business. You know, he does mainly software. So like that's also a pretty good thing. So
oh yeah,
and
definitely.
I could say I met someone young, but he hasn't retired yet. But he still wants to work with.
No, definitely, yeah.
More.
And no, yeah, and that's really cool. I mean, you know, like even though he's still working, he's making 6-figure income. You know, at a super young age. That's really impressive. So I mean, yeah, I mean that can potentially be someone that's retired super young age, but yeah, kind of adding on to what I was saying, not only did he retire himself at 22, but he actually retired his mom at 23, and his dad at 24, and at the age of 25, he was actually able to sponsor both of his parents from Vietnam to fly to the U.S. And I'm not sure if you know how much it is. I'm not sure if you know how much it is to sponsor just one person, but 2 people, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, I could imagine.
No, yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he has businesses like all over the U.S. Also Toronto in Canada, Texas, here in California, Nevada, and I've been learning from him, personally. When I'm able to, get his time, working with my coach one-on-one, because, my coach actually has personal ties with him. And, I kind of wanted to ask you, like, do you have like any experience with mentorship, or like let's say like you need advice, like, who do you go to when you need like advice?
I mean, right now at the moment, just my godfather, I'd say.
Okay.
He's into like the towing business. I mean, I don't know if he has one, but pretty sure he does. I mean, he has his own schedule. But in general, he just like buys cars from the auction or from wherever he has like options to buy cars, like beat up, he fixes it and then resells them. So like that's like I always ask him for advice, like
okay,
like how to generate, but like I also don't want to be too much in like the car business. I want to be more like in the banking side. I mean, but also I remember having a mentor from Santa Clara University.
Okay.
But he was a mechanical engineer at that time when I was a senior in high school. Like I've been mentored. It's just that sometimes it's different, like goals and aspirations. But if anything, like a word of advice on how to do things, or like like a checkup, like they would always be there for me.
Okay.
And which my godfather is still there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's great. I mean, it's similar to like before this business, I would reach out to to my mom or to my dad, ask them for advice. Should I do this? Should I do that? And I would always ask my dad for financial advice until my coach told me something. She was like, "How's your dad doing right now financially?" I'm like, "Oh, not so well." And she was like, "And you're taking advice from him?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, because he's my dad. Like, he knows more than me. He's lived longer." She's like, "But if you take advice from your dad who isn't doing so well financially, won't you end up just like him?" And I never thought about that. And I was like, wait, like, you're actually right. Like, why couldn't I think of that? And she was like, "No, I'm not trying to make you think. I'm just trying to, I'm just being logical." And so, like, just little things, like, in this business, they've really helped me think a little bit more. And something that I like about it, like, I like how you said, how, like, you had mentors, people who helped you with, like, advice, with, like, goals and aspirations. The reason why I like, this mentorship system so much is because it's a life 360 mentorship, a life mentorship. Because what my mentor told me one time, he's like, if you don't let me mentor you in your life, then don't even ask me to mentor you in business. because any aspect that happens in your life is gonna affect your business. I have a girlfriend. If
Yeah.
she breaks up with me, I'm gonna be, emotionally impacted by that. My business might have some downtime. So my mentor had a point there, and I was like, nah, like I had an ego at first. I was like, oh, like I don't believe that. And he's like, okay. He gave me the same analogy I just said right now with my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He's like, okay then.
Yeah.
He's like, so let me be able to mentor you in life. So that's why, we have the 7-step selection process, to see if you're willing to be coachable, if you're willing to want to learn. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now, I'm not gonna ever charge you a single dollar. And no one else should if I introduce you to anybody, other people. Because we believe that education should be free. So throughout these whole 7 steps, we're not gonna, ask you for anything. The only thing we're gonna ask you for is your time, to see if you're willing to invest your time into wanting to learn. Because something that I learned, when getting into this business was that, me personally, my time is more valuable than money. Why? Because money comes and goes. I can make money and I can lose money, but my time, I can never make it back. So once I invest it into someone, or, once I do something, I'm not getting that time back. So
Yeah.
me personally, when I see people working, a lot of jobs, or, they just want to work, I'm like, why are you trading for something that's more valuable for something that's less valuable? Like, shouldn't it be the other way around? And that kind of just got me thinking. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Like, I really want to stick with these people. These people have helped me a lot. But yeah, man. And I'm glad that you shared that out with me. But yeah, that kind of leads me to like my next question that I want to ask you. I know you said you have a friend who's living a pretty like good life right now, 6-figure income. But I kind of wanted to ask you, like, how do you want to live your life?
Me, honestly, like waking up and not worrying about a thing, like to say the least, and just wake up and just like do whatever I wish to do during that span of time, from like day to like night, and not really have to worry about much. So that would be, like, to say the least, like have financial freedom and retire in a way. I mean, obviously still invest in during that given time and check up on some things, but also like do what I want to do, like travel at any time, do whatever I want with my time in general. That's what I would want to say. I mean, enjoying anything that I really always wanted to do. So that's what I would mainly consider myself in, like, because I got it off a book. Just forgot the quote. But
What book is it, if you don't mind me asking?
let me look it up right now on my phone.
No, you're good, man.
It's been a long time, that's why.
Yeah. That's good though.
Let me see. I can't find it right now, but basically it just says like he is rich who spends, like, decides to do what he wants, as he wakes up.
Yeah.
And he goes back to sleep with a smile, or just in general like satisfied with what he did that day.
No,
and,
definitely.
Yesterday, and then just do whatever he wants to do in the morning. That's what I low-key want to do, so I don't really have to really stress about things. But that's until later on. Right now, I know I should like be also worrying, but also putting in the work in the present moment to get to that. Like how I visualize myself in a way.
No, definitely.
Writing, yeah.
And that's good that you said that, because I mean, I like I said that you need to put in the work now. A lot of college students are like, oh, I'm young, I want to go to party, I want to go do this. But something that this business has helped me realize is delayed gratification. And you pretty much just said it right there. I'd rather put in the work now. Why? So you can enjoy your freedom later on. And not a lot of college students think like that. I mean, how many college students do you know that have their own business? Just your friend, right?
I mean, yeah, probably only him.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I've talked to a lot of college students, and they're like, oh, I'm just working right now. I'm like, oh, yeah, me too, but I have my own business as well. And it's always nice to, be able to say that, because, I'm working on something that's going to, be the vehicle, to reach the destination. And I kind of wanted to share with you, like, I know I asked you, how do you want to live your life? I want to just, like, give you a little bit of insight on myself, just like similar to you. I want to be financially free, but I also want to retire my parents in the next 5 years. So, my mom's 40, my dad's 41. By the time my mom's 45 and my dad's 46, I want both of them to not be working, and, I want to be able to provide for them financially. Why? Because they came to this country, provided me and my siblings with everything. So I want to be able to give back to them. And, kind of going back to like what you said, kind of like using a quote. I kind of wanted to use a quote right now too from a book, or
Yeah.
not from a book, from an audio that's really powerful. And I feel like that's what really impacted me at such a young age. It's maturity comes not with age but with responsibility, and I feel like that's kind of one of the key factors of why I kind of like started to grow myself, like my mentality at such a young age, because of all the responsibilities I had to go through, had to overcome. Being a 15-year-old, like none of my friends at 15 had a job.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, like they didn't have to pay bills. I started paying bills at 15, so I was like, dang. But yeah, man. I mean, that's great. We're kind of similar on that, on how we want to live our lives, and yeah, I kind of just wanted to see like where your mindset was at, essentially, and kind of just wanted to see, like what kind of like motivated you, like like despite all these kind of like distractions, here at UC Merced, and I mean, you seem like you're pretty focused.
Yeah. I mean, probably in my first year, if I'm being honest, I did run into like parties like only from the first semester. I mean, which really impacted a little bit on my GPA. But I mean, ever since that, I just stopped going to parties, even like missing on like, I don't know if you have that at Fizz. You know how like it's
Yeah.
like anonymous notes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they just post like parties, are you going? And I always put no, because I mean, I don't have time for that. So I just had to put in the work for some other stuff I had to do besides. Like, and also help out some like people that I know, like that are in high school right now, and helping them with like college applications, see what they want to do in life, and just in general, like keeping myself more busy, and also like having time for myself, but also like keeping in mind the goals I have to do. But like partying or stuff like that, at the moment, it's not really like my goal or like a need, a necessity to say the least. Like right now, like I just more focus on like networking and also working on what I need to do, and that's actually like setting up my goals, like some like small goals, because I know like the big picture would be like financially free, retiring my parents and etc., and owning a house, no real estate. But I had to learn little by little, like to get to there, because like if I just throw myself into the pit, it just won't really work out for me. So
No, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
And that's a great mindset, improving yourself 1% every single day, like so like you wake up better than you were yesterday. And that's really good. And I appreciate the transparency. I appreciate, you being honest. Very similar to you. My first year I was partying, I was going out, doing things I probably shouldn't have done. And kind of just touching a little bit of base on there. My coach told me, she said, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with. And I was like,
yeah,
dang. That one hit me hard. Why? Because the 5 people I hung around with, I asked them after my coach told me that. I'm like, what do you want to do? Like after college? Oh, I don't know. I just want to party, do this and that, get a job hopefully. And then ask my other friend, oh, what do you want to do? After college. Like, oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that far. Ask another friend. Oh, I just want to work my whole life. 6-figure income, and yeah, just work 9 to 5 and that. Oh, okay. And then my 2 other friends, they said they just wanted to get the degree and kind of just if I'm being honest, they just wanted to be like a drug dealer. They just wanted to make money because and I was like, okay, man. I mean, like if that's what you want to do. So I was like, dang, why am I surrounding myself with these type of people? I'm the average of all
yeah,
this. And so it's like that one really like hit me in the head, and I was like, okay, I gotta lock in. Like, what are you doing, Chris? And so I'm not saying I don't hang out with them. Well, I am saying that, but I just don't really associate myself with them like I used to. Maybe I'll say hi here or there, not like completely ignore them, but I just won't actually go out and be with them like I used to in the past at least. But yeah, I mean, I kind of just wanted to like just ask you like like those few questions, see if you kind of like, ever experienced like your mentorship. And I know you said like your godfather is kind of like you go to him like to ask him for advice and things like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and he has
But I
a
mean, go ahead. Sorry.
no, my bad, I mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
But you said he had like a auto body business, right? Or like he kind of like flips cars, like buys them and resells them, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
And that's
Yeah.
what he mainly does at the moment.
Mhm.
And and also like I've been learning like mechanic, just trying to learn like trying to like up my skills as a person, like learning mechanics, like brake services with him, just in general working, and also like knowing like costing of a car, like the depreciation value and stuff like that, etc. Which car is good to invest in, or I mean, not invest because it's a liability at the end of the day, your car.
It's alive, yeah.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, it's like and also making good deals with like the customers or clients. He's also told me like experiences on how to do these things, like how to talk with them, not get, also make profit, but don't exaggerate on it. Like be, like how do I say, like upmarking a car.
Yeah,
so it's not really a
like
good
be
thing
realistic
on our beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, always like asking for advice and stuff like that. But in general, always seek out to God or books in general. That's what I'd like to do as well. 'Cause, I mean, sometimes the answers could be within myself at the end of the day.
No, definitely.
I mean, like learning like financial like credit scores and stuff like that. I've learned it myself. Also, like making decisions on like, oh, should I apply for this credit card or should I do this and that? Roth IRAs, stocks, ETFs. I mean, I do it mainly on my own because I trust myself with it. That's why, like,
yeah,
I always seek out advice on myself. Not really a lot of people, but mainly myself. Like, really trust my intuition and also myself.
Okay, no, yeah. And I mean, that's not bad, like your own judgment. And I know a lot of people who have what's it called again? Who make kind of decisions like that, based off their own judgment. And they're not always wrong. Sometimes they're right. Sometimes they could be wrong. Me myself, I used to make decisions just like that using my own intuition. Like, you know what? I believe I'm right, so I'm right. But but I mean, has its pros and cons. But I kind of want to ask you. You said you kind of like like Roth IRAs, stuff like that. Like, are you investing or like are you into investing at all?
I mean, right now I have stocks as Nvidia, SPY. I don't know if you know about that one. S&P 500, basically.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I have BlackRock. I mean, I could pull it up fully, but I just haven't been.
No, you're good. You don't have to pull them up. But I was kind of just curious, because you remind me a lot of my business partner, Tona, the one I mentioned earlier.
Basically, this is my holdings right now. But
okay.
They're really the best, but
yeah.
I mean, I have a little bit of everything.
No, yeah, and I mean, I was just asking because you kind of brought that up. It seemed like you knew a lot about that, so that's good. I mean, you kind of have general knowledge about a lot of topics, and that's good. Especially at a young age. But the reason why I said you kind of reminded me of my business partner Tona was because he actually invests in stocks as well, and used to do it a lot, and he would call himself an investor until he actually spoke to our mentor, and he said if you're not living off your investments, you can't even call yourself an investor.
Yeah.
And me personally, like I believe that's true because if you're working paycheck to paycheck and you're putting a few $100 in, that's not real investing. Like I definitely want to learn about how to invest too. Like I do know a little bit, but I want to be able to invest hundreds, thousands of dollars, so I see a big ROI, and I feel like that would be a better bang for my buck. But I mean that's really cool. Like you're into investments, and not a lot of people, especially at this age, are doing things like that. But yeah, man. I mean, that kind of just like sums up, like this meeting right now. I just kind of wanted, to get to know you, see if our goals and values align. They obviously do. I mean, unless you think otherwise.
Nah. I just see the vision. If I'm being honest with, the projects that can be brought up. The mentorship program. So, I'm actually, into it.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm not interested. I am actually interested in, actually learn more and connect with other people within the UC Merced system. Because if I'm being honest, I'm more like an introvert. I keep more to myself, to say the least. I mean, even presenting for Econ 108, that just killed me at the time. But in general, it's just like I actually need to, get that like my shit straight. I actually like build up connections and actually like build up more skills and learn from other people. Like, you just want to I want to do everything on my own. It's not going to work. I mean, it can by luck, but luck is just luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might need that help, and I also would like to provide the help.
No, definitely. I'm glad you were able to kind of have that, reflection right now, and that's good because not a lot of people reflect. But and what a small world. We're in the same Econ 108 class, but I kind of just wanted to emphasize. I think I did tell you right that this is we have a selection process because I work with like a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people every single day. Oh, I'm interested in this opportunity. Oh, I want to do this with you. Oh, I want to do business with you, Christopher. Okay, I hear all the time. But me personally, actions speak louder than words. So I mean, yeah, you can tell me, oh, I'm interested. I want to do this, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to actually send you some material from my mentor. It's like an hour long video. He kind of goes in depth about entrepreneurship, and yeah, I kind of just wanted to send you that. Maybe you could take some notes on it, or like reflect on it, and we can just stay in touch on LinkedIn, or I mean, if you have another way you want to stay in touch. I don't check my LinkedIn that often.
Yeah, I mean, I have Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram would work perfect actually.
Let me see if I can type it in the chat. I put in the chat.
So let me see if I can get it right now. Armando. Boom, I just sent you a request right now. Yo, man, quick question. I know you said you're Mexican, right?
Yeah.
What part of Mexico are your parents from, or what part are you from?
They're from Oaxaca.
Oaxaca.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your parents?
My parents, they're both from Jalisco.
Jalisco?
Yeah. So my mom's from Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco, and my dad's from a small pueblito, San Jose de Gracia. But my girlfriend, she has a best friend, and they're all from Oaxaca. So I mean, if I'm being honest, most of the people that I know from there, they're very extroverted. At least she is, and her whole family. They're super loud, and super party, and they like to throw big fiestas.
I'm pretty the opposite. I mean, obviously, when I get to know the person, like it'll be different. But in general, I just always try to keep to myself, but not in that way,
No, yeah.
Like obviously, be friendly, be kind, because that's not really a lot that you see nowadays.
Oh yeah.
So it can be like tough.
No, definitely. Yeah, and I kind of just had a follow-up question. I know I said I would send you the audio. I can send you the audio there to your Instagram. It's like about an hour long. How long do you think it's gonna take you? I mean, I know we're in final seasons right now. So there's we're students, we have stuff going on. But I kind of just want to get maybe like a general idea of like how long you think it would take you.
Well, actually, probably if I'm being honest, my Friday night.
Friday night? Okay, yeah.
I mean, probably I did like to finish the whole videos and watching clips.
No, yeah,
because I do have other important stuff to do. So, but I mean, in general, I will give it time, and like also, I have an iPad, so I could take notes easily on that. So.
No, yeah, perfect. I just kind of wanted to know because like you said, I want you to actually watch it, analyze it, and then take notes, maybe while you're watching it, so you can, understand it, and then, we can kind of just share back some feedback on, maybe like some key insights, things that you thought were, that interested you, or, things that, you thought were pretty cool. And, yeah, I mean, after you finish, the video I sent you, we can set up a time, to meet up again, and I'd actually like to introduce you to my business partner. His name is Tona. I already kind of briefly introduced him to you. He goes to SJSU, and he's finishing up his degree in business finance. So I can definitely introduce you to him. Once you finish the material, maybe next week or something, we can book the appointment to meet up again. And essentially, let's say we met up a second time. That would be step 2 in the process. So you're slowly moving up, and yeah, I mean, we can kind of just stay in touch through Instagram, Armando.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was great talking to you, man. Great getting to know you, and it's actually pretty cool knowing that we're in the same econ class and same major.
Yeah, I mean, today was the last class, right?
Yeah, today was the last class, and if I'm being honest, I didn't go to it.
I missed it too. I woke up at 11:30, literally.
I woke up at
I stayed up.
You stayed up late?
What time did you wake up? Yeah, I did. I had to do some stuff.
No, you're good, man. Same with me. I slept at 12 or 1, I think, like that, and I woke up at I woke up on time. I woke up at like 6:45, and I was like, oh, one more like alarm. So I turned that one off. I woke up at like 7, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm good. And then I was like, I woke up at like 7:25. I'm like, I'll get up right now. Passed out again. Nah, I woke up at like 8. I'm like, oh, it's too late. Just fell back asleep.
Okay.
But
No,
yeah,
it'd be like that. It'd be like that some things. I mean, especially when it's finals, it's not really important, but it is.
yeah,
It usually takes attendance and stuff
exactly.
like that.
It's important, but it's not important. So I'm like, dang. But yeah, then man, I mean, we could just stay in touch, through Instagram. It was great getting to know you today. But yeah, man, I mean, have a good rest of your day. And oh wait, one more question. Um, when are your finals end?
My finals end by next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's actually gonna be pretty soon. Luckily for
Yeah.
me, my last final was today, so I'm gonna leave tomorrow. I'm gonna go back home. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. But yeah, man. I mean, we can just stay in touch, like I said, and I'll send you the video shortly.
Yeah, sure. I'll check it out, and probably by tomorrow I'll also like have some notes ready, so to see what caught my eye and like actually want to get more in depth later on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
have
we'll
any,
stay in touch as well.
if you have any, questions, comments, concerns, write them down. Or I mean, as of right now, do you have any questions?
At the moment, no, not at the moment.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, and if any questions do come up, you can just send me a message on Instagram. You have me now, or you can just write them down, and when we meet up again, me and my business partner, we can answer them for you.
Yeah,
All right, then, Armando. I mean, you have a good rest of your night, man, and it was good talking to you.
yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, yeah, bye, bye, man. That is how you set it up. That is how you set it up, Christopher Castañeda. In the material.